future Broncos and future Bronco families. Welcome to another episode of Project Caminos, the Bronco Scoop. Thank you so much for tuning in with us today. My name is Dakari. I'm a second-year transfer student majoring in psychology here at Cal Poly Pomona and student assistant of Project Caminos. Joining me today is fellow Project Caminos student assistant Abigail. Now, some of you may be familiar with her from previous episodes, but for those who are not, please allow her to make your acquaintance.
Hi, everyone. As Dakari mentioned, I'm a student assistant at Project Caminos. I'm Abigail, a senior standing or fourth year at Cal Poly Pomona. I'm majoring in chemistry, and it's really great to be back.
Yes, welcome back. Always good to have you. Now for this episode, we want to share some back to school essentials with prospective students and families, as your supplies for college will definitely differ from those you gathered for high school. In addition to essential supplies, we'll also share with you a few ways to get prepared for your transition from high school to college. So when I think back all those years ago to buying back to school supplies for high school, some of the things on my list were a notebook for each class and a binder that's big enough to hold all those notebooks, some folders to hold the papers that my teachers would give out, and like a pencil case filled with highlighters, pens, pencils, extra erasers, and a sharpener and some whiteout, just things like that are really essential to the classroom. But for college, all of those supplies can be replaced by one laptop. Although the cost of a laptop is more than all of those supplies combined, a laptop is one of, if not the most important school supply for college students. And especially in these modern times of online classes and everything being digitized in an effort to reduce paper use. A laptop makes working on and turning in assignments more convenient, as well as making it easier for you to get in touch with your professors for any assistance you may need, as email is usually their preferred method of contact. Now, even before COVID forced us all online, laptops were a normal sighting on campus. It definitely lightens the load of supplies you need to carry around or have at your home desk. A laptop also helps you to remain organized, and it keeps all of your information nice and centralized and in one place. I definitely remember times of like searching through my notebooks for assignments or notes that I made and it taking up a lot of time. Now with a laptop, it's easier to just search really quick for what you're looking for, and making edits is way easier too. Instead of like using all of your lead or your ink from your pens and leaving those like pink marks on your paper from the eraser, a laptop, you just hit the backspace and you start over. As long as you have your charger, you'll be all set. A laptop just calls for a bit more responsibility and care on your part to not cause any structural damage from like dropping it or water damage and things like that. Now, especially if you spend a nice chunk of money on it, you'll want to take extra care of it so that it lasts as long as possible. An alternative to a laptop, if you don't want to spend as much money, would also be to consider purchasing a tablet. This is even more portable, as tablets usually weigh a bit less. Now, even though you haven't began college yet, maybe you're already working, and a tablet is something that you can take with you to work. And once you're in college, you can work on your assignments while you're taking your lunch break or anything like that. That just gives you less homework for you to do when you're off work. And when you officially become a college student, which I know you're all really looking forward to, and your schedule fills up with all these things you have to do, you become craftier at figuring out chunks of time you can use to complete your homework. And a portable tablet would definitely make this an easy effort. Just make sure to take some time to research the features for that device to ensure that it's capable of every function that you're going to need it for. And oftentimes tablets have attachable keyboard options and other Bluetooth devices like a mouse or a pencil that can accompany the tablet.
And I know that these can be pretty big expenses, especially for a laptop or a tablet. But now's a good time, even if you're not going to college for a year or two, but there's back to school sales like during this time, or even during Black Friday or Thanksgiving. So it's good to think ahead and to plan ahead so that you have those supplies when you need it. And another back to school essential for college students is a scientific calculator. Some of you may have already had one from your math courses in high school or previous classes. However, if it's still working, you can save some money. You just have to recycle it for college or for your general education courses. Now, there's an exception for those prospective students who are considering math or even science majors. You might require something more advanced like a graphing calculator. But if you took calculus in high school, or even statistics, you'll still have access to those, you might still have those calculators. Now, in addition to your laptop and your scientific calculator, you'll need course materials such as textbooks and gear for laboratory courses. However, because you won't know exactly what classes you'll be taking, because the professors will send out communications about a week before the classes detailing what textbooks are needed. But in the meantime, you can prepare by looking into lab coats that you might need, or if you're planning to go into graphic design, looking on great deals for design tablets. Now, when it comes to textbooks, you're going to have two options. You can choose to rent the textbook for the semester from the school bookstore or online, and then you can return it once the semester's over. Or you can buy the textbook at full price and then maybe sell it or loan it to another student to buy so that they could use it. Now, depending on the type of lab, students are usually required to have a lab work notebook, your personal protective equipment. So that could be gloves, goggles, and a lab coat, and sometimes even a face mask, especially during this pandemic. Now, it might seem like a lot, but things like financial aid and scholarships can help cover the cost. So it's important to start looking now so that all these expenses don't build up.
Yes, definitely. Now, in addition to these back to school supplies, we have a few suggestions for you prospective students of things to do that can help prep with your transition from high school to college. For our first suggestion, it's that you begin to check your emails daily or at least a couple times a week, especially during these times as the CSU system and FAFSA will start to send out important communications for you all. So definitely be on the lookout for those. We also suggest that you research some of the millions of scholarships available so that you can see when submissions open and what you need to submit for them, as well as the submission deadlines for the upcoming school year. We also suggest that if you haven't already, to become familiar with Microsoft Office. Programs like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint are often used by college students. And an added perk of Cal Poly Pomona is that we receive Microsoft Office for free. And this is in addition to other programs and software as well. With those essential school supplies and suggestions, that will bring us to the conclusion of this episode. Before we end, we would like to leave you with a quote of the day that is in line with today's topic, and that is, "A failure to prepare is preparing to fail." So go ahead and chat with us in the comments about what you are most excited about when you think about starting your college journey. As always, we send out a huge thank you to everyone that tunes in. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss a beat. Follow us on social media at CPP Caminos to get notifications and updates about our upcoming workshops and episodes. And also check out our Linktree to register for upcoming workshops. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.